Hi everyone, in this video we'll be looking at adding and subtracting or multiplying, dividing, all those different operations with vectors. So we're going to go straight to some questions, and in CSEC questions, addition of vectors is what's most popular. So let's get straight to how we add vectors. Now in this first question here, we have if vector OA is 5, 3. So vector OA is 5, 3 and vector OB is 7, 4. We want to find vector AB. So we want to find AB. Now, how I always say to write it out is, okay, we want vector AB. In order to get vector A, add two vectors in order to get vector AB. Now, but really and truly, what two vectors do we have to add? Well, I mean, in this particular question, you're saying, okay, well, we have OA, we have OB, let's add OA and OB. Yes, we have to use OA and OB, but we have to be very particular about how we place our letters. Now, looking at this here, right? Now, you see these two letters in the inside, they must be the same. In order to get these two letters to be the same, we had to change OA to AO. So again, we know we want A something plus something B, right? We have to add those two to get AB, and the letters inside must be the same. In this case, we have O in common, so you could put the AO plus OB, right? So far, that's what we have. And now, let's look at what we do next. So we have AB is equal to AO plus OB. Now, we know that vector OA is O. So because we switch those letters, our vector for AO, we have to switch the signs in each number. A lot of students tend to switch the numbers, meaning put in 3 on top, 5 at the bottom, but you just leave the numbers as is, but you switch the signs, right? So here we're going to get -5, -3, plus OB. You already know what OB is. OB is 7, 4. And we just go ahead and we simplify. -5 plus 7 will give us 2. -3 plus 4 will give us 1. So vector AB is 2, 1, and that's it, right? We're going to do some more questions to get the hang of it. So now we're looking at number 2. If you want to pause the video and try it on your own, go ahead and then press play when you're ready for the answer. So we have vector PQ, we have vector PR, we want to find QR. So we want to find vector QR, right? So we must add, obviously, two vectors, right? Now the outside letters, we must have the Q and the R. And the inside letters must be the same. So we have PQ and we have PR. The common letter that have the same is P. Right? So really and truly we are adding QP plus PR. Now, we know that PQ is -2, -4. Right? So what is QP? So the letters swapped. So now, as I said, you leave your numbers as is, but you change the sign. So -2 becomes +2, -4 becomes +4. So you can just write that as 2, right? So let's put that in there. So 2, 4, and then plus PR, which remains the same because nothing changed there, -1, -5, right? So then we're going to get 2 plus -1. So 2 plus -1, and then we get 4 plus -5. 4 plus -5. And remember, positive and a negative gives you a negative, right? So that's 2 take away 1, which is 1, and then 4 take away 5, which is -1. So vector QR is 1, -1. So far so good again. Number 3, we have vectors P and Q, so they use a different way to represent a vector using the bold letters. So we have vectors P and Q. So P is 5, 2, and Q is -3, 4. So if vectors P and Q are 5, 2 and -3, 4 respectively, then find the value of P take away 3q. Now, firstly, p is 5, 2, right? And then take away 3q. So 3q will be 3 times whatever q is, which is negative 3, 4. So let's simplify that 3q first. We're going to get 5, 2, take away 3 by negative. 3 is negative 9. 3 by 4 is 12. And then from there, you go ahead and you simplify, right? So 5 away minus 9. And then 2 take away 12. So therefore, remember, two negatives are positive. You're going to get 5 plus 9, which is 14. And then 2 take away 12, which is negative 10. So therefore, answer for p take away 3 is 14, negative 10. And our last question again, our last question for these types here. Again, you could just work it out first and then press pause, work it out, and then press play when you're ready. So here we want to get negative m. So sorry, negative m take away 2n. So that will be, so if vectors m and n are 3, 2, and negative 7, so m, this is m here, and this is n, right? So negative m, which would be negative 3, 2, take away 2n, so that'll be 2 by whatever n is, which is negative 7. So let's simplify this, right? So let's get rid of this as negative from here. So negative by 3 will be negative 2, right? Take away, so now 2 by negative 7 is negative 14. 2 by 1 is 2. And then we just simplify from there, right? You get negative 3 take away minus 14. And then negative 2 take away 2. So remember, two negatives give a positive. So you're going to get negative 3 plus 14. You're going to get 11 on the top. And minus 2 is minus 4. So this is the answer for minus m minus 2n. Right? So it's pretty easy, right? Nothing too hard. So now we are looking at a past paper question. This is January 2010. The vector question normally comes at the end. Last question. Alright. So let's read what we have. The figure below, not drawn to scale, shows the points O. O is the origin, 0, 0. We have point A, 5, 0, and B, negative 1, 4, which are the vertices of triangle OAB. So OAB. Express in the form the vectors OB, and then that's part A, and then B, OA plus OB. So let's go now. So OB, so point B is negative 1, 4. So OB would be, remember that's a possession vector, so it would be negative 1 on top, 4 coming down there. And then for the second part B, we want to AO plus OB. So they're telling us AO, so put exactly what AO is, which would be 5, 0 plus OB, which is negative 1, 4. So 5 plus negative 1, which would be 5 take away 1, you're going to get 4 here. And then 0 plus 4, you're going to get 4. So that's the answer there. What I should have added at the top, so AO, vector AO is 5, 0. Vector OB is negative 1, 4. And vector OC, oh, sorry, there's no C. So yeah, OA and OB, right? So those are the information I was given to us. Now for part 2, they said M, which is XY, is the midpoint of AB. I'm going to find the values of X and Y. So if M is the midpoint means halfway. That means M is somewhere around here, right? The midpoint, halfway, right? So M, so let's find what vector AB is first. So AB would be, and we have to add two vectors. In this case, it would be AO plus OB, right? So OA is 5, 0. So AO would be, remember you just change the signs, right? Negative 5, 0. OB is negative 1, 4. So here we would get negative 5 plus negative 1, 0 plus 4. Remember the positive and a negative is a negative. So you're going to get negative 6, 4. This is AB. Now then we could say, okay, well M is the midpoint, half of AB. So then we could say a half times negative 6, 4. So therefore 2. So as coordinates, we write it as negative 2, that's the x value, my x is on top, and then negative 3, comma 2. And that's the answer there, right? So here we have January 2011 vectors question. What we are given here information, OP and OR position vectors with respect to the origin O. P is the point 2, 7 and PR is 4, negative 3. Write in the form the vectors of OP and OR. So OP, they told us the coordinates of P is 2, 7. So therefore OP would be 2, 7. Coming like that as the vector form, right? So then now part B, we want to find OR. So let's state what we are given so far. We have OP, which is 2, 7, and they gave us PR, which is negative 3. So they gave us this information here, right? We want to find OR. So we have to add two vectors. What two vectors are we going to add? So we know we want O at the front and then the R there. So what common letter we could put in the middle, right? Well, we have OP and PR. So we could put OP and PR, right? So vector OP plus PR. So OP is 2, 7 plus PR, which is 4, negative 3. So we're going to get 2 plus 4 and then 7 take away, 7 plus 3, which is 7, take away 3, right? So we're going to get 6, 4. So OR is 6, 4. Right? And now part 2 says, a point S has coordinates 14, negative 2. So S has coordinates 14, negative 2. So this now tells us that, okay, well, OS is 14, negative 2. That's the vector, right? Find RS, okay? RS, we have to add two vectors now. Something plus something. R will be in the front, the S at the back, well at the end. So what two letters we could put in the middle? Well, we have OR and we have OS. So we could add RO plus OS. So you see how we have the same letter in the middle now? Now, OR, so let's do it here. OR is 6, 4. So RO, negative 6, negative 4. So negative 2. And then we're going to get negative 6 plus 14, negative 4 plus minus 2. So negative 6 plus 4, and then a plus and a minus, negative 4, take away 2 will be negative 6. So this is RS, right? So RS is 8, right? And now what they're asking us is show that PR and S are collinear. So PR and S are collinear. We want to show that. Now the vectors with PR and S, we have PR, which is, so this is B, right? Part 2B. PR is 4, negative 3. And we have RS, which is 8, negative 6. So basically the relationship is that, okay, well, RS, vector RS, is actually 2 times PR. Because if I take PR and I multiply by 2, 4 by 2 is 8, negative 3 by 2 is negative 6, right? So all they need to write now, so all they have to write now, and I added it at the bottom here, all they need to state is, okay, so because we show that one of the vectors is 2 times or scalar multiple, we like to say, of the other, this indicates that they are parallel to each other and they share a common point R, which makes PR and S collinear. Then this is a standard thing. If they ask if 3 PR and S or A, B, and C, if they're collinear, show that one vector is a scalar multiple of the other, and also state that, okay, they share a common point. In this case, they share a common point R, because we have vector PR and then RS, so they share that common point of R, right? And that's it for this question.